Hello everyone and welcome to West Auckland here in New Zealand for the NZIHL matchup between the Canterbury Red Devils. They're playing host to... No, the Admirals are playing host to the Canterbury Red Devils tonight. So the West Auckland Admirals trying to get their first win, and also the Red Devils trying to get their first win tonight. Both teams are 0 for 2 in the season, 6 points up for grabs. I'm Bryce Rouse alongside Matt Chavez. Matt, what are the Devils got to do today in this weekend to get a couple of wins?
Well, that is a good question. I think, well, based on the practice that I saw Thursday, what really needs to happen is that the Red Devils need to get out of their their defensive third with some speed and not allow changes for the Admirals to catch up to them when they turn over the puck. If they can come out with speed, the biggest thing they can do is get that puck out of their defensive third, get it to Haast in the center third, and move that forward to their other import, Remy Morris, who now has 5 of the 6 goals for them. They start doing that and kind of get that chemistry together, which they didn't really have the first weekend. That chemistry, once it starts gelling, they're actually going to start scoring a lot of goals, and that's what we're looking forward to for that side of it. How about the Admirals?
Well, the Admirals are just going to have to come out hot off the blocks, try to get on top of the Red Devils early. I think the first goal in this game is going to be very important. You don't want to go down early because I think it's going to be a pretty tough battle. I don't see it being a very high-scoring game, probably about maybe 6 or 7 goals in total, but teams are just going to have to be really tight on defense and make sure they get their take advantage of those scoring opportunities.
That's a fair point. Chaba and Dan Reason, top goalies for both sides going tonight. It may end up being a defensive struggle, especially to start with. Yeah. But we've also been known to be completely wrong. You put that out there, and then suddenly it's 4-3 after the first, and then we say, "Oh,
that'd be great."
Well, yeah, it'd be awesome. But your point is very important, because whether or not they just kind of get their sea legs, thank you for coming back to Boston and all that going on, sea legs. If either team establishes a good defensive setup and can feel confident moving forward, then you'll start to see the offense push. If both teams, which after the last couple of weeks, hang back and play defense and play carefully, you're right, it's going to be a strategic, low-scoring game.
That's right. So the teams are just about to come out, and we'll get set for action pretty soon. And a golf fanatic here, Matt Chavez.
Oh,
he's got his Masters jacket on.
Well, see, so just to share with everybody, there is the IIHF tournaments coming up in Dunedin pretty soon here. So I came up to kind of help you guys with the broadcast tonight, while the majority of the team, the technical team, are down in Dunedin. So I thought, it's Masters weekend. I'll be as neutral as possible. I'll wear green, right? Because we got the red and we got the blue, and I'll just help out and do all the things. So I went for as neutral as I could. And then you came walking in here with the just most flash navy blue, like, dapper setup, and I thought, oh, I just missed the memo on that. I just went for easy, and hopefully Josh doesn't screen us out with like a chroma key, because I'll just disappear if he does that. So you just see the back behind you there. Anyway, I'm happy, but I'm just happy to be here. We just got off the plane, got here, and hockey time, just like that.
Absolutely, it is almost ready to drop. The Red Devils are out there. We are going to have the Dale Harrap Memorial quickly before the start of this game. The Zebras are just waiting for the Admirals to come out of their dugout.
Be one of the NZIHL's top teams. This year, the partnership between Pure NZ and the Admirals reached a new level, with Pure NZ becoming main sponsors. The Admirals are beyond proud to compete against the Pure NZ West Auckland Admirals. Every time the team take it to the ice, they will be striving to make Pure NZ as as well as all of you amazing fans crowd. We are lucky to be joined tonight by PureNZ Managing Director Tony Vesper. Everyone, a big round of applause to show our thanks for Tony and PureNZ. The Admirals would like to show their appreciation and present Tony with a custom jersey being presented by head coach Rodney McMillan and manager Kelly Schultz. Thank you, PureNZ. West Auckland Admirals and the Auckland Ice Hockey Association. We now ask that you please rise if you're able to join us in the 17th season standing ovation for the late Dale Harrap. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. And now, tonight's
All right, Rice, that was a standing ovation for Dale Harrap there. Moving moment.
Yeah, so he tragically passed away in a surfing accident on December 17th, 2022. Obviously played for the Canterbury Red Devils and also the West Auckland Admirals. Hugely liked guy around the locker room and the hockey rink. He was just an all-round good guy there, Matt.
And a lot of good work being done on behalf of his charity, as they were saying. I don't know if it came over the broadcast, but they sponsored 8 athletes with over $10,000 worth of sponsorship support. That's a fantastic outcome for a tragedy such as this, and it's just going to grow. So cheers to the Dale Harrap Association, and we're going to get underway here with hockey in just a moment. First period coming up here as the teams get warmed up. Bryce, you'll be taking the play-by-play today. Anything that kind of jumps out that you think you're going to be calling a lot today?
Honestly, this game could be very interesting because obviously 6 points are up for grabs this weekend.
And they're desperately needed.
They are. Both teams need 2 wins. That's literally the bottom line. It's only a 16-game season. It's a short season. These teams already 0 for 2, need to get their first wins under the belt.
Yeah, they don't want to go into the second part of this season because this will be the last one before the IHF tournament, and they don't want to go have a quarter of their season gone and have no points, obviously. But on the other hand, the fortunate thing though is this year we do have 4 playoff spots. So
we do. And that could make it very interesting come the end.
It does. It very well could. And these two teams are looking to jump into 4th. Currently, I believe 4th place is occupied by the Red Devils, only on goal diff. So here we go. First period action at the Paradise.
Well, we're set to go here in West Auckland. Zajac winning that there for the Admirals. Morris will gain the blue for the Red Devils, but offside on the play. And received a good hit there from Regan and Dagos. They double teamed up on him.
Yeah, I think it almost looked like they both missed. They just kind of ran into each other, and Morris just stood up and let him hit the boards.
So face-off just outside the offensive zone. Nicely won, but Morris will have it on his stick for the Red Devils. They'll play it back. Pass up to Rees. He tries to leave it on for Haas, but he hits the deck. Morris will track back now. Haas on the far side. Leaves it on for Morris. He's got a little bit of speed going out. Got some wheels, does Morris. Couldn't get a centering pass off as Scott Henry was tracking back nicely. Admirals unable to clear that. Taylor Kennedy will play it up the wall there for Regan. He'll just bang it down. Should be an icing on the play. As Hopkins gets there. So that was good little start there from the Red Devils, Matt.
Yeah, right up that left-hand side with Morris coming through was exactly what we were talking about. Having to get out of the last third with speed and get forward, and it caused a double team by the Admirals. They played it well, but that's what the Red Devils were looking for and exactly what the Admirals need to do to counter it.
Can the Red Devils win this draw, get a first shot of the game off? Daigle will be there in the corner. Unable to clear. Taylor Kennedy will play it. He's harassed there from a Red Devils defenseman. That's just put up into neutral ice. Brown will dump that one back in. And TK will go in the zone there for the Admirals. Gets a shot off. Hits the upper netting, so we will get a whistle.
Bit of a confusion. I mean, it almost looked like it was the potential for a six-man penalty over the boards there, but it turned out fine. And it ended up with Taylor Kennedy jumping forward and getting a good shot off.
That's right. And the Moncrief brothers from Australia are out there now for the Red Devils. Mawson unable to control that at the blue line. Lowe gives chase and gets there first. Moncrief went in there but didn't come away with the puck. Hayward Jones, nice pass in the middle to Vesper. He'll just dump it in and give chase. Chernitz will be there for the Admirals. Plays it up to Mawson. Quick shot on, blocked in front. Vesper in the corner trying to find a centering pass. Shot there from Hart. That's blocked by Sean Brown. Chernitz with it. He'll play it up to the point. Shot there, hit traffic in front. Looks like it's still loose. Wasn't covered up, but we did get a whistle.
There's a replay of it. The Admirals cycling well here. The Red Devils kind of playing outward towards the boards. And you had two players right by the net. That's a dangerous option for the Admirals there.
The Admirals do now have their imports. And they do look decent already. Morris will play that up. No touch, so it will be an icing.
That kind of looked like there was an opportunity to play that there, but icing was the call.
Yeah, Fabian Haas tried to get something on it, but didn't look like he did, so it will be a face-off down in their defensive zone. So Morris up against Vesper. And we'll redo that. Bit of a scramble there. Quick shot on, but didn't get everything. Looks like Daniel Reason has put the glove on it, so we are going to get another whistle and a face-off.
Yeah, it's an interesting, just allowing the defense to play back here. That's not really what the Red Devils were doing the first couple of weekends, but we'll see what happens after this face-off with the Admirals winning a lot of them so far.
Luke Tappan will give that round. Rooney can't keep that one in, so he plays it back to Daigle. He bangs it off the boards, but only finds Remy Morris on the Red Devils side. Played back there for Meischknock. Here comes Morris. Goes round two. Centering pass, a shot there.
That's
Someone
a broken
broke a stick, yeah.
It was Haast on that one-time chance.
Hopefully he's got a few more of those as he's going to need them this season. Played around the back for Taylor Kennedy. Daigle give it over to Rooney. He gets one touch on it. Luke Tappan is going to track back. And no icing. Nice pass from Tappan there to Morris. He tries to toe drag through Daigle, but that hits the skate. Banged around. Still kept in for the Red Devils. Centering pass. Remy Morris with a shot. Another one. As Stroney will have it down this near side. Ganzazoni's got Moses in support. Stroney hits the deck, so a couple of Red Devils players coming there. Moses hit into the boards there by Maishnok. Weak shot there from the point. Moses trying to find a centering pass, only found a Red Devils player. No one home there for the Admirals. Foot race here between Paik and McLeish. Paik will just put it in deep, but Mason Kennedy is there. Mason Kennedy and Taylor Kennedy, his brother, also used to play for the Red Devils a few seasons ago, Matt.
Indeed they did. Called many of their games.
Moses has it, rips a shot. Good save there from Reason.
It looked like Paik actually got interfered with just a little bit, but there was no call on the ice. And as that turned around, it led to a pretty good odd man opportunity for the Admirals. They just couldn't get it past Reason, and we take the face-off.
Shot there from Mawson. That hit Moncrief. A big unit is Thomas Moncrief, isn't he?
Number 18, yeah. Thomas is the larger of the Moncriefs, that's for sure. It was an interesting time last Sunday. I think he thought he was called for a penalty, so he ran himself into the penalty box, and the referees had to actually pull him back out and say, no, it was on the other team. So an honest player as well. But, yeah, he's easily you'll notice his character once something happens. There's no doubt about who it is.
Nice face-off win there by Lowe. Mawson will skate around the back of his net. Plays it up the boards to Scott Henry. And Hayward Jones tries to get in the zone, unable to. Henry will, though. Gets a quick shot off, didn't really get everything on that, as it just fluttered to the net and Reason put that to the side. And that comes off the backboard, so Dan Reason's going to have to cover that.
It almost looked like Henry's shot was deflected more than anything else and just knuckled at Reason there. It was a dangerous one, even though it kind of came in slow. Those are the type that can handcuff a goalie quickly and then just get by them. You wonder, how did that get by them? But they're looking ready for it on an angle, and then it changes.
Nicely one there by Vespa. Taylor Kennedy will put it in deep. Comes off the Zamboni door and straight to Reason, so you have to cover that up. 4 shots already for the Admirals, none yet for the Red Devils.
Well, that one off the Zamboni wall does not count as a shot.
No.
However, it's just as dangerous when you get these kind of funny bounces here.
Once again, one there by Vespa against Morris. And Haast almost dispossessed there from Vespa. Morris does well to control that, but just loses it as Vespa's going to come the other way. Leaves it on for Chernitz. He tried to find Hart on the other side, but a good stick in the lane there from Maishnok. Taylor Kennedy backhands that one around to Daigle. He's unable to get it up. Try to find a centering pass as the Red Devils player was crashing the net. Could have been a dangerous opportunity there.
I think that was Mason Reese lurking with intent there as Morris tried to get that across. Dig with it now.
He almost did get it to him as well. Looks like it hit the skate of one of the Admirals defensemen. Chernitz tries to find Vespa, but that goes over his stick. Shot there from Mason Kennedy, deflected up into the netting from Daniel Reason.
It's 2 of them in a row that have gone up into that netting and gone through the net. It's an interesting place to sit if you're up there. The puck it'll get stopped a little bit, but boy, it does kind of stop play quickly, doesn't it?
It does. You're definitely going to be on high alert here in the stands.
Eyes up, yeah.
A hockey puck is very hard. It does hurt.
You ever been hit in the broadcast?
No, not in the broadcast while I'm playing, absolutely.
Yep. I've taken one puck in my career as a broadcaster, so that's one too many.
Sometimes the shots, when they hit the inner thigh, they can leave bruises for like 3 weeks. Ben Stephen will play that one in behind. Brown trying to find an outlet pass. Only finds McLeish, so he just dumps that in. Ben Stephen will get a change. Nice little work. As Brown gives it over. Toe drag goes through one. Just poke checked it at the net. That is Nicky Dodwell that had that half opportunity there. Mason Kennedy will play it up to Rooney. Maishnot comes in with a little poke check, but that looks like it's gone into the bench of the Admirals.
Yeah, that was another good example of the Red Devils trying to get out of the zone. In that case, you had Sean Brown carrying it out, and the Admirals kind of jumped on that situation for them. In that case, luckily for the Red Devils, they got out of the back third, but that's something to watch to see how the opportunities work themselves out, because Dodwell did have a decent chance there.
Pass to the near side for Soshroni. Tries to find Moses, but that pass is picked off in neutral by Luke Tappan. Lowe tried to come down this near side. Receives a hit from Mawson for his troubles. Soshroni hassled there by Lowe. He's going to have to curl back and give a pass to Flynn Hayward-Jones. Thomas Moncrief will just bang that up the boards. Lowe unable to control that. Mawson with it, tries to find Soshroni on the other side. Battered out of mid-air by Tappan, great skill. And Moses will turn in the neutral zone and gain the zone. Tries to go through Luke Tappan, but he knew all about that. Pretty even matchup so far between these two teams.
Yeah, Chaba jumping on that one to stop play because Harry Lowe was skating again. Lowe likes to skate a lot, and it really works out in the favor of the Red Devils in this case, because they're going to get an offensive side face-off. But like you said, it is an even game so far. The first 8 minutes or so, no really dangerous situations yet.
Here's one of the imports for the Red Devils, Haas. He leaves it on for Brown. Down low. Haas with it now. Tries to find Morris at the back door. Looks like Hayward-Jones got a bit of quick shot there. An easy save for Chubba.
And
I see Max Kaluzi's actually gone to defense.
Yeah, Kaluzi's playing on the defensive line here, and that's a choice to make sure that there's a bit more pressure out the blue line and more options. But in this case, you're also seeing the Morris-Haas connection, where in this case, Haas is trying to get Morris back door there. You're going to see more of that throughout the game.
Lee Kaluzny, having played most of his hockey in Auckland, moved down to Christchurch a couple of years ago. A little bit longer than that, I think.
It's been about 5 years, I think.
Here's Regan. Nice stick in the lane there from Brown to stop him. Both teams hustling hard. Played up to the point. Here's Daigle. Rips a shot straight into the glove of Reason.
Yeah, Reason saw that one the whole way, and Daigle's got a heck of a shot, but you give him that much room, and Reason's going to stop him almost every time. So no surprise there. But the Admirals are starting to press up the left side. It feels like that's maybe it's coincidence, but right now you see a lot of it coming out of the left. It'll be interesting to see if that's by design.
One there by Zajac. Shot there from Daigle, a rebound opportunity. Zajac got a couple of looks there. Reason had to be on. Dumped in, chase there from Regan. Gives it on to Zajac. He'll wrap it around for the point. Taylor Kennedy does well to keep that in the offensive zone. Zajac try to find Henry. Gets a quick shot off. A rebound opportunity for Regan.
Oh, that's a
Couldn't put it home.
save. And they're going to ask for 2 minutes, and that's a deflection, so no delay of game here. But if we've got that replay, Dan Reason he flashed the leather last week. Here's another good example of the #1 goaltender for the Red Devils. What a save. What an absolute highlight of a save, Dan Reason.
Yep, looks like someone's going to be going to the box, it seems.
Well, so was it a deflection or was it delay of game, guys? It is going to be Luke Tappan going off. I think, in fact, it is, like you said, seems like it's delay of game, even though it looked like it was a deflection, but they've deemed it not to be. So the Admirals are on the power play for 2 minutes.
Yeah, Admirals fans, make some noise for this Print Plus power play. First power play of the game. Regan momentarily loses that, but still with it. Finds Vespa, who just gives it back. Shot there from the point, that missed everything. Daigle couldn't keep that in as Morris is going to come the other way here for the Red Devils. Morris trying to cut inside, nicely read there from Zajac. He'll find Regan. Zajac wanted the pass, never came. Vespa will leave it on for Regan. Regan up high. Shot there, nice save. Sustained pressure here from the Admirals at the moment. Regan looking for options. He'll play it up high. Daigle puts it in low there for Mawson. Up to Zajac. There's Daigle up top. Rips a shot, hit the back of Mawson. And Brown will try to get that one all the way down. But only found Zajac. The import's looking pretty good so far for the Admirals. Vesper up high, needs to get a shot off, can't. Shot there from Daigle, hit traffic in front. It's loose in front of the net. It's a scramble. The Red Devils finally clear it out.
Never got to reason in that scramble.
Here's Chernitz. Plays it up for TK. They'll just bang it in and give chase. Henry's going to be there first for the Admirals. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Definitely need to get another shot off here. The Admirals do. Hart. Back into this opportunity. They score! Looks like Hart got the last touch. And the Admirals will take a 1-0 lead.
If you've got this on replay, this is a great, it's almost like a tic-tac-toe, sort of. And it goes back and forth and turns Reason on the left side, but then it comes back into an unguardable position on the right where it's slammed home. And the Admirals take the lead 1-0 here at home.
Yeah, so it looks like it was the backhand of Taylor Kennedy. Nice work from the defenseman getting up in that slot area.
Yeah, the penalty kill was not the friend of the Red Devils last weekend. They gave up a couple on Sunday and a couple of shorthanders as well, and that's it was a pretty even game 5-on-5, but special teams have been a bit tough to come by.
Meisner put that one low for Noah Moncrief. Nicely kept in there. Shot from the... Oh, good save there from Chubba. Luke Tappan with a good opportunity.
Yeah, he almost made up for his penalty right there in one shot. That was a good step in and a good shot, but Chubba up for it as per usual. There's that turnaround shot.
Played on the near side. Ben Stephen tried to find Rooney on the other side. He'll leave it on for Daigle. He just rips a shot. Someone lost their stick. That was Morris. Shots are 12-6 in favour of the Admirals. Make that 13.
I think 13 might be aggressive as far as the number, but at the same time, a 2-to-1 ratio is that's not far off, and the Admirals have definitely been better off in the offensive end so far today, and the Red Devils really need to figure out how they're going to turn this around. The Admirals need to just keep doing what they're doing. Although it took a power play for them to get the goal, the offenses look pretty much the same, and they just are trying to get side to side, it looks like, to try to beat Reason, which is probably the right way to do this. A couple of changes. I don't know if that's was that equipment, do you think?
Yeah, it must have been because he had to come back out on the ice. The shot there from the slot area. Castroni getting a look there. Luke Tappan with it in the corner. Finally comes out, Keogh Cope. Gives it up to Rees. Puts it in deep. Moses will be there first for the Admirals. Comes off the referee's skate. Taylor Kennedy will play it off the boards. And Cheney will get that out of danger. Maestronok trying to find a up ice pass there to Keogh Cope. Unable to control that. Mawson will leave it on for Dag. Plays it up just in front of the Cheney. And we do get a whistle on the play, so that will be icing against the Admirals.
Yeah, I think if in case you happen to see that and you saw the puck kind of pop up, it hit the edge of the net on the outside, not Reason. It was not on target, and he didn't touch it. So he's just kind of pushing away the snow there. That's why the icing. It was very close.
Moses will win that one against Paul. Mawson plays it on the near side. Castroni, he'll just rip a shot. Daniel Reason unable to glove that one. Did get some on it though. Taylor Kennedy that's Cheney trying to crash the net. He gets dispossessed. Brown up to Keogh Cope. Here's the ball. Eli Pake.
Oh, that hit crossbar.
What a shot there from Eli Pake. Almost just need to shoot that puck lower, and that was definitely in the back of the net. Maestronok will play that up. Gluzny will just dump that one in, and he was not over the halfway. So there will be no change there for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Peke actually has, we'll see it here, but he actually has some dubious records as far as last year was concerned. I think he played 57 seconds and then got a misconduct. I don't think it was anything intentional, but nonetheless, it goes in the record books for something, and this year he's clearly out to make up for that.
Mawson will have this one at halfway. Puts it into the far side. Maestronok will leave that one behind for Luke Tappan. Noah trying to find his brother Thomas Moncrief. Here's Thomas Moncrief now. Toe drags through, gets tripped up.
That's a trip.
Yep, that'll be against Scott Henry.
I mean, he looked like he was kind of just going through a cone drill there for a minute, and then he ends up just popping down, and that's going to be 2 minutes against the Admirals. Again, the Red Devils, they had some problems with their power play, but they did score, I think, twice last weekend on the power play, so they need to convert this year. And that's another one of those face-offs that goes pretty quickly. We may talk about that later, but so far it hasn't been an issue.
So the Admirals are on the Morrison's Funerals penalty kill here. Shot there from Morris straight into the basket of Chuba. So a good opportunity here for the Red Devils to get some shots off. Start testing the goalie.
Yeah, and they've got their first line out there, obviously, for the power play. We'll see if they start a cycle here. It looks like they are.
Tappan will give that back to Rees. He'll play it back for Tappan. Gets a shot off. That's something in front. Haas will give that to Maestronok and get it back. Maestronok up top. Tappan. Shot there. Good pad save. There's Morris with a shot. Too high. Another rebound opportunity, but Chuba pounces on that. That was Noah Moncrief getting in there.
Interesting X's and O's on this. What you saw the Admirals doing in that box setup was you had Dig just eyeballing Morris the whole time. And for about 20 seconds that worked until Morris crossed over. Dig gave it up, and that's when Morris got the shot off and a chance for the Devils.
With just over a minute to go on the power play here for the Red Devils. That's cleared all the way from McLeish. Goalie will have to play that. Picked out by Ben Stephen. Gets a shot off, but good stick in the lane there from Haast. And that hits the netting.
Big miscommunication there as the Red Devils are trying to get some time usage out of this power play, and Reason passing it to the boards, it gets intercepted, and as they turn around, a chance, and then that gets bounced out and into that famous left netting here at the Paradise Arena. Red Devils with it.
There's Brown, he'll go over halfway, leaves it on for Haast. Got some speed, goes around the back. Definitely got some wheels, Fabian Haast. Still going with it. Finally gets a shot off. Haast gets it back. Plays it up for Brown. Nicely blocked there from Rooney only momentarily. Morris gets a shot off. Good stick there from Ben Stephen. Looking dangerous are the Red Devils at the moment. Haast plays it over to Brown. He gets a shot off. Looks like that came off Chuba. Brown leaves it on for Thomas Moncrief. Definitely got some moves for a big guy, does Thomas Moncrief.
And Henry's out.
So that will do it for the power play.
Henry stays on the ice too. It's 5-on-5, but he stayed out and no change.
Yeah, they haven't had an opportunity. There'll be some tied legs out there at the moment for the Admirals. Thomas Moncrief with a shot blocked there by McLeish.
He doesn't clear it.
There's Thomas Moncrief, tries to go through as McLeish comes and uses the body. Finally clears. Looks like it is going to be icing. It is. So those Admirals will have to get back out there. They will be absolutely knackered.
Yeah, I think they... who was that did get off? I think they're going to say there was one change allowed that... No, they didn't. They leave McLeish out there and say that he has to go back out. So some lactic acid built up with the Admirals, and the Red Devils need to take advantage if they're going to get something here.
Red Devils win that draw. Low battling there against McLeish. Zajac comes away with it for the Admirals. Here's Scott Henry. Getting tangled up there with Tappan. Played up nicely for Harry Lowe. He's boss off the puck there by Daig. And Lowe will just get a shot off. Chuba does have to make the save and finally covers it up as Dodwell was coming in for a sniff.
Yeah, it's feeling like it's evening out a little bit as well. The chances are coming a little bit more the other direction. The unofficial shot score, 14-11. I think those are, again, a little optimistic, but the Red Devils getting a lot of chances in the last 4 minutes here. They just haven't converted. The Admirals holding on tight to that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, the Red Devils definitely looking like a better team than when they started. Finally getting a lot of shots off. That power play's kind of got them going just that little bit extra.
Yeah, I think the Admirals, if they can just get through a couple of minutes here, that's a good shot.
Good save made from Reason. Has to make another good save there as Daig, tough angle shot.
That's going to allow the Admirals to come over the boards. The Admirals will probably be pretty happy with a 1-0 lead and just getting a chance to rest. A lot of their players have had a lot of consecutive ice time, and this will help getting a full change out there. But I think if they can survive with that lead going into the period, they'll be pretty happy with this.
Yeah, the Admirals look like they're rotating most of those lines. Don't think we've seen the fourth line out there, though. Shot there from the point as Hayward Jones put that onto the pads of Dan Reason. Rees dispossessed there. Hart coming away with it. No, he's not. Almost could have got a hooking call there. Battling for it still is Hart. Chernitz comes in to help. And they'll finally get it out through Fabian Haas as he comes down this near side. Backhand pass to Morris. Morris scores!
Haas to Morris. That is the combination. And that was just, if we can go back into this replay far enough, and I don't know if we can, Haas played this off the board to himself brilliantly in order to get him by his defender. Here it is. And that, as he got behind, he pulls 2 defenders, and Morris pretty much gets left alone. Chaba can't do much about that.
Here's a beautiful backhand pass there from Haast. And Remy Morris on the backhand there to lift that above the shoulder of Chaba. We're tied here in West Auckland. 1:20 remaining in the opening frame. Ben Stephen giving chase. Brown's going to have to work hard. Does get it. Meisenreich will play it up to Paik. Mason Kennedy will track back. Looking to get set up here. Where's his options? Zajac will play that up to Henry. He'll put it in. It's behind the net. Red Devils are there first. As Thomas Moncrief bangs that around, but only finds Scott Henry for the other team. Pretty entertaining first period. Definitely close. Not a lot to separate these two teams. The Red Devils did push this. Oh, here's a chance here for Zajac. Didn't get a shot off, though. Tries to find Regan, who was going into the slot area. Henry trying to find a sending pass. It's loose. Regan got a shot. Gonna get another one. Shot went wide. Red Devils will finally clear that out. And Taylor Kennedy, here's Moncrief shoots. Oh, just went in after the buzzer, so there'll be no goal.
He is calling it off. Let's see if we've got that on replay. I would really like to see that.
Yeah, definitely heard the buzzer in the arena before the puck had gone over the line.
They're going to have a discussion about it. Let's just see if we see the lights here, because that's the only thing that really matters. Here comes Moncrief up on the replay. Oh, and we don't have it. Well, that doesn't help much at all. But, you know, it's funny, Bryce, what we were talking about was the, step down here, there we go. We were talking about, like, there was the power play and then that really important icing call that happened. And that icing really just kind of deflated the Admirals for a moment. And all of that offense kind of resulted in momentum that ended up in that tying goal. It wasn't necessarily directly because of that play, but because the Admirals were so gassed, maybe they didn't catch up in time, and that's the kind of thing that can wear on you if you give up penalties like that. That said, the Admirals got away with one there, and they're going to go into the first intermission with an even score line, and I think they're going to be happy about that because that leaves them right where they want to be with a 1 power play goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And both teams are going to have to stay out of the box in this game. It's going to be a tight one right to the death. So you go in that penalty box, that's definitely going to hurt your team, I think, in this game. Fabian Haast looking really good. Also, Remy Morris with that backhand goal.
Oh, yeah. Now, Remy Morris, just to give you an idea, like we were talking about this off air, Remy Morris has 6 of the 7 goals for the Red Devils this season. That is an 86% clip of the offense. That is absurd and also dangerous for the Red Devils. They've got to figure something else out. And then Haast now has 5 assists. So that's the imports doing import things, which is great for the Red Devils. However, they
scoring does have to come from some other people. It has to
come from somebody else, and it has to mature quickly, or they're going to have problems all season. That said, the Admirals, let's talk about these guys for a little while because they feel like they have control. They seem like they can control the puck. They can control the play. They can handle different situations with maturity and with IQ, which is you were seeing that today. They're missing that last connection, if you will.
That last little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and so they're coming out of the zone okay. They're getting through neutral. They're getting chances, but they're just not quite bearing it. Again, if they flip a switch and figure things out, they can go on a tear.
Absolutely.
But that's why this game is so balanced right now. You just feel like it's going to tip one way or the other, but we don't know yet.
We do not. But we'll take a quick break and be right back with some period 2 action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the west side of Auckland here in New Zealand. The NZIHL matchup between the Canterbury Red Devils and the West Auckland Admirals. Pretty even period. Shots are only about 16-13 in favour of the Admirals. Admirals did get the first goal, and then Remy Morris equalising late in the first period there, Matt.
Yep, and at full strength too. And you're right, it has been a fairly even game. It's going to be interesting watching this second period with the longer shifts or the longer change with the benches being on the other side.
Yep.
Whether that becomes kind of it was one of the problems that we saw the Admirals kind of not quite getting out of their bench or getting the change that they wanted. And they haven't put a lot of pressure on the defense that we were talking about earlier with the Red Devils trying to get out of their back third. So if it's going to happen where these types of things happen, where the Admirals can put pressure on the Red Devils and turn them over and so forth, it's going to be in the second period with these longer changes. So it'll be something to watch for here as the the tempo has picked up in the last 6 or 7 minutes of the first period.
It sure has. Daniel Reason looking pretty strong in net, as is Chubba. So the Canterbury Red Devils did travel up to Auckland with 4 offensive lines and 5 defensemen. So time will tell tomorrow if those legs of the defensemen are going to be able to withstand 2 heavy games. Underway in period 2. Regan hits the turf. Zajac. Pass it down to Regan. Zajac gets it back. Quick shot off. Just missed the net. Taylor Kennedy at the point. That gets through. Reason does well, though.
Reason never saw that puck at all. He was in a butterfly spot there, the position, waiting for that to come in from the point. But he had so much traffic in there, it just hit his leg pad and stopped. That was it. So a good chance there for the Admirals.
Not cleared out as Taylor Kennedy puts it in. Zajac tried to get onto that, but Haas is going to have it for the Red Devils. He plays it up for Rees. Try to find Morris. He puts it in deep. Taylor Kennedy going to be there. He's dispossessed from Morris. A shot there from Rees. Oh, just missed was Rees. Good little play there for the Red Devils. Matt Chavez got his hands on his head as that was a golden opportunity.
It's not. You think my hands are in the head? Mason Rees is going to be dreaming about that one tomorrow or this evening.
Zajac will play it over to Regan. Regan shoots, misses the net.
High and right in a 2-on-1.
Dodwell's going to have to track back. He gets there first as Morris comes and helps clean up.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have the instant replay of me and my hands on my head. It was a good shot there. Daigle with it, or Henry, excuse me.
Brown pressured on there by Chernitz. Admirals get it out. Here's Bull. He's got Brown up top. Brown with a shot. Easy save there for Chubba.
Back and forth and back and forth. This is a lot of speed in the first 2 minutes here.
It is. I hope these guys can keep it up for the remainder of the game. Here's that opportunity there for Rees, but shot it straight into Chubba. Had that whole left side open. You're right, Matt. He will be thinking about that one this evening, unless he can get a goal here tonight and help his team get a win. Chernitz is going to get there first for the Admirals. Beats Collusion. He tried to find a centering pass to Hart, but Reason's going to have to put the glove on that.
Yeah, good skating there for the Admirals to get that icing waved off and get an offensive face-off here. That's a big win for them right here.
So some pace is on display here this period. Both teams have definitely stepped it up just another notch. Nice pass there to Thomas Moncrief. Gives it to his brother Noah, who shot it off the pads. Goes Chernitz, try to find a searing pass. Vesper hits the deck.
Broken stick.
Yeah, Regan broke a stick there from Sean Brown. Collusion, he plays that up the boards. And Mason Kennedy fires that one in.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where Kaluzny doesn't clear it cleanly, and the Admirals can come back in with another chance.
McLeish will put that one back in. A couple of changes there for the Admirals as Kaluzny will have it behind his net. Gives it to Thomas Moncrief. Gets it out of the zone, but Mason Kennedy's just going to bat that one back in. Nicely picked off there by Ben Stephen. Really improving on his game in the last few years is Ben Stephen.
He looks a little bit bigger, too.
Yeah, I think he might have been hitting the weight room a little bit. His brother Sebastian Stephen does play for the Dunedin Thunder. And I think his other brother Zach Stephen does train with the Admirals, I believe.
Yeah, he's number 40. He's on the roster. There you go.
Here's Fabian Haast. He just knuckle pucks that one up to Rees. He doesn't get anything on it. No icing on the play. Dake with it in the corner. Stroni does get it out of the zone. Luke Tappan will play it on the near side. Rees gives that over to Maestronok. Morris, very good agility on the... Very agile, turns really fast, good stick handling. Like you said, 6 out of the 7 goals so far for the Red Devils this season. All nicely picked off there by Rees, centering pass. A couple of opportunities there. Luke Tappan with a shot, hits something in net. Goes around the back, past. Tried to find Luke Tappan, but hit a skate of a West Auckland defenseman. And able to keep that in the zone was Maestronok. Plays it up, does come out of the zone, so Moses is going to have to touch up. Taken back in by the Red Devils. Hayward Jones gets there, puts it in low. Sestroni giving chase. Maestronok plays it over the tap and gets it back. Pake plays that off. Escape ball. Try to find Dodwell, hit the stick of Zajac. Some fierce battles out there at the moment, Matt.
Yeah, and no stoppage in play. This has just been going and going for about 3 or 4 minutes here. That dead stick's still sitting over in the corner.
You're right. We've had over 5 minutes of play. I think last weekend there was a good 2-on-1 opportunity here. Henry to Regan shoots. Good save by Reason. Brown stick handling that one in his own zone. Does get it out.
And that was Hayden Bull getting back just in the nick of time. Skating hard and getting in the way.
Regan has it on the far side. He's harassed there from Bull. Regan almost cut into the middle with the puck, but just lost it. Regan's going to come away with it. Try to find someone in the middle as Mason Kennedy was crashing the net. Slows the pass over to Hart. And he's got a couple of Red Devils on him.
For a moment there, all 10 skaters were on that half of the ice there, and they are really compressed again. The Admirals would do themselves a big favor if they spaced out a little bit.
Hart with it on the far side. Plays it behind for Regan.
And there's Kennedy, Mason Kennedy on the side there, and that's exactly where he needs to be. Brown getting that puck, though, that's a heck of a dig out with 2 other players there.
McLeish just whacks that one in. Looks like a couple of line changes there for the Admirals and the Red Devils. But still in the zone. They lost it. Here's Chernitz. Try to get into the middle, but Hopkins was in that lane. Some scrappy battles going on now. Chernitz does come out of the zone, so the Admirals are going to have to touch up. Some tight legs out there for the Red Devils at the moment. They need a change, and that's going to be a delayed game against Brown as he hit that up into the netting on that low glass there, Matt.
So just to clarify here, and I need to know this because you'll know the rule here. That puck went out at the level of the perspex on the low side, but would have hit high perspex. So is that...
It is, because it's you can't, it's a bit hard to decipher where that blast would actually be. So if it goes and hits the net on the full, that is a delay game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some different rules around the country as far as what goes into the net and doesn't and counts as delays. So in that case, going directly out, Sean Brown out for 2 minutes for delay a game.
So the Admirals are back on the power play. Sponsored by Print Plus. Shot there from Daig, misses the net. Reason has to put the glove on that as Mawson was coming in.
Yeah, I got to not say necessarily for Daig. That's not necessarily a miss as a missed shot. He's shooting that into the kick plate, looking for a rebound there, and they almost got one.
One there by the Admirals. Daig will give it to Zajac over to Regan. Zajac with a quick shot. One time, didn't really get everything on it. And they're going to have to touch up. As Daig will go for a little skate here. Zajac gives it over to Regan. Shot there from Regan. Oh! Alex Regan with a beauty.
Dan Reason looking at that going over his right shoulder. And when he did, Regan hit a target that was very small. Great shot by Regan to retake the lead 2-1 on another power play goal for the Admirals.
The Red Devils are going to have to stay out of the box here, Matt. They're not looking to flash on the penalty kill.
Yeah, that follows exactly what happened last weekend. They are not doing well when they're down a player, and because of that, any penalty that they issue and they have to go sit, I would imagine that Coach Anton Perver sitting there like, can we get through this one? Because they're really, I think they're at about a 50% rate of giving them up right now, which is obviously not sustainable.
Definitely not. So the Admirals with the 2-1 advantage here in the second period, 12 to go.
Once again, the Admirals just drawing everybody on that left side. It's an interesting approach.
Quigley will go behind the net. Finds Daigle up top. Shot there from Daig. He scores! Justin Daigle from up high. Makes it a 3-1 game here for the Admirals.
And we'll see if we have this on replay, the rotation of the puck and the movement was excellent, and it caught the Red Devils off guard. The Admirals finding exactly where they need to get this walked in, and then just a hard shot with traffic in front. That's a great goal.
Yep. Justin Daigle pretty good from that position.
Yeah, Daig's made a living from that, walking that in and taking a big shot. It's not just his shots going in, but a lot of rebounds and a lot of goals for the Admirals.
The Devils are going to need to be the next team that does score.
Yeah,
definitely got it in them.
That may go for an intentional offsides, which is exactly what happened here. The linesman had indicated that McLeish wasn't able to hold it in on the board when that kind of just popped out. He sent it behind the net, and there were two Admirals that kind of jumped in there. That's why the face-off. And now the discussion, and they're going to... I'm not sure why that should be in the offensive zone for the Red Devils, and now they're having a discussion that it's just an offsides. Don't know what that's about.
I think you're right, Matt. It should be down in
they've removed the intentionality of it, which is a bit of a surprise. It seemed pretty obvious, but face off at the dot, and it's going to help the Admirals a little bit, but the Red Devils have it.
Pass, fans on the pass, still has it though, plays it around the back.
Now this is where they have to move out quickly, and Haas being the only target outside of the zone. Problematic. Daig's got it again.
Still got it. Tries to find a steering pass here to Zajac. Didn't get a shot off. As Taylor Kennedy will wrap it there around just in front of Regan. Breeze will clear the zone for the Red Devils. Tap in now. Here's Henry. Henry just missed the net. Had Zajac on that left-hand side. Taylor Kennedy gives that over to Daigle, but a bouncing puck goes over the stick.
Meisternock with a good play there to leave his man and go one out, take the 2-on-1, take the other man there, and giving Reason a clear shot at that. Paid off.
Here's Regan cutting into the middle, does go down, no penalty. Shot there from Henry. Quick save had to be made there from Reason. Meisternock doesn't clear it. Taylor Kennedy at the point. In low for Moses, got Regan in the slot. Pass doesn't get there. And Haas receives a hit there from Moses. Played up the boards into the middle. Morris receives a good hit check there from Mason Kennedy. Haas can't get it out of his skate. Still has possession. Thomas Moncrief, big collision there against Mason Kennedy. Looks like Kennedy maybe got him up high. No call on the play though there, Matt.
Yeah, it did look a little uncomfortable for Thomas Moncrief.
Yeah, a little bit hard to see on this near side as it was in front of us. Shot here from Thomas Moncrief on the backhand. Good save from Chubba. Cistroni's going to get it out. Plays it into the middle for Moses. Gives it to Cheney. He shoots, and that hits the upper netting.
Boy, Moncrief's not happy about the hit that he took as he crawls over the boards. I don't think I'd be too happy about it either, but again, like you said, we just played on, and some discussion about why that is. Interestingly, though, last weekend, I think the puck would have been dropped by now. It was so fast and so just rapid pace to ensure that the rules were kept. Today, it feels like a much more normal, we'll wait and get to the puck when we're supposed to, so everybody's ready. So it's an interesting change this weekend. It may have contributed to the first game loss for the Red Devils quite a bit, as they gave up 2 goals within about 11 seconds. But here we are with a more normal pace today.
Here goes Vesper down the near side. Hart's going to be there for the Admirals. It's looking like it's getting a little bit physical out there at the moment as well. Love to see it. Here's a 2-on-1. Morris, he's got Haas on the left. Gives it to Haas. Shoots, scores!
And that's the first time they reversed it. They double-teamed Morris, daring Haas to shoot that one. Morris got the pass off. Haas with his first goal of the season. Morris with his first assist of the season. And boy, that's a thing of beauty right there.
Yeah, that toe drag pass too there from Morris, because it looks like there was a stick in the initial passing lane, but just in that little quick move opened up another passing lane, and he got that off to Haas really nicely.
And Morris doing the gentlemanly thing of grabbing the puck, because they're going to tape that one up and give that one to Haas for his first goal. And that's a good sign for the Red Devils coming back here. 3-2 the score. They're still down 1 because of the 2 quick rapid-fire goals for the Admirals. But again, we're back to that. It's feeling close again.
Almost saw a little fist bump there for you when that puck went in, Matt.
Oh, I was excited because it finally was that reversal that we've been looking for. We've been dependent upon Morris to score in order to get anything. To finally get some of that chemistry and turn it around is going to change just the dynamics for the Red Devils. And I got a little excited. There is no question.
Nothing wrong with that. Dodwell unable to get it out as Flint Hayward-Jones does well to keep that in. Ball pass there from Meisternock, but he does well to earn the puck back. Dodwell goes up the near side for Bull. Stephen Mawson with a tries to shimmy through Luke Tappan. Yeah, it was a pretty goal there from the Red Devils. They definitely want to keep doing a bit more of that as Pake will go to work in the corner. He's harassed there by a couple of Admirals players. Hayward-Jones will give it over to Mawson. He'll skate up and get a half shot off.
Pretty warm today, bouncy puck.
Here's Thomas Moncrief. shoots. Blocker save made there from Chuba.
That was on target, and that was, I mean, it looked like maybe blocker, but it was right up in that high stick area, and I think that surprised him how much that rose up. But here's the replay again. He takes that shot. I don't know if it deflected off the calf or not. I don't think it did, but a very solid save by Chuba.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these Moncrief brothers at the moment, especially Thomas.
They are fun.
Wonder what they're like off the ice.
No comment.
As Rees had half opportunity there in the slot, but just fanned on it. Kalusi's going to have to get back there. And here's the danger man, Haast. Offside on the play. I don't think it was, though.
Yeah, we all just kind of looked up, including Morris on this. Here it is. Yeah, the puck was in.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's close, but you have to wait until that puck comes in. But if he's dragging it, it's all sorts of rules. Never mind. Either way, it's face off. There is some additional discussion here as to what and why, but it's Reese is the one over there, so I don't know if they're. This is an interesting one. I don't know why Reese jumped over and they switched to somebody. Was it Lowe that came off? I don't know. This is an extended discussion, though. And it looks like Reese is going to go to the box.
Yeah,
what's that about?
Not entirely sure. We have to see what it is.
I think that's an equipment. Honestly, I think that's an equipment foul because I think they've got, if I'm not mistaken, Reese's visor was too high and they're calling him on that. Yep, that's what it looked like. Now,
wow.
I could be wrong about that, but that's what I interpreted with the discussion down there. And
but it could have, got knocked and kind of came up. Nonetheless, Admirals are back on the power play, sponsored by Print Plus. They've looked deadly so far on the power play. Regan shoots off the bar. Maishnok, he's dispossessed there from Regan. Maishnok almost looked like he might have got a penalty on that play, but it hits the roof.
Yeah, Dega asking for a delay of game there, but not going to get it as that deflected up and straight into the insulation here in the building, as that went directly above them.
Yeah, they have re-insulated the roof here, Matt.
You notice these things when you come back. It's very pretty and shiny.
Here's Day, gives it to Vesper. Still with it.
Giving a lot of space to Vesper here.
Just playing that diamond defensive style. Daigle with a shot. Save him there from Reason. Zajac will easily keep that one in the zone. Up top for Daigle. Regan tried to find Zajac, hit an escape, but will stay in the zone. Tried to play it low there for Mawson, but only gave it to Maishnok.
Mawson with a good hit into the board there, too.
Zajac has it there in the corner, gives it up high for Daigle. Daigle with a shot, hit the leg of Luke Tappan. Backhand shot there from Vesper. All scrappy there in the slot.
Harry Lowe,
do clear.
Great job by Harry Lowe to be just patient enough to allow him to flip it all the way the length of the ice and get the Red Devils a change here. That's a big play.
There's Day, you try to find Vesper, but that's
turned over to Morris.
Here goes Morris. Backhand shoots.
Penalty.
Penalty shot or penalty?
He may get a penalty shot out of this. I'm not sure, but he's only got 3 players between him and everybody else. He was all on his own. Let's see this. He is a full breakaway here. I would not be surprised if that's a penalty shot, but it's not.
No, there will be Daig 2 minutes for hooking.
Yeah, there's 5 specific criteria. I don't have them off the top of my head. I am not a rules perfectionist. I know it was really helpful with Dan Nichols in the box last weekend. He knew every single one of them. And I guarantee you, because Ian would know these too, there's all these critical factors that go into it, but instead it's just 4-on-4 hockey for a little while.
Yeah, they'll be for 15 seconds, and then the Red Devils will be on the power play. Got that top line out there. Here's Morris. Leaves it on for Haast. Haast.
Shots. That's before the penalty. That's before the penalty took effect. There was 2 seconds left. The Red Devils are going to tie it up here. Fantastic goal, but they're still going to get the power play.
Yes, they will, as it was 1 second remaining on that penalty there to Rees. So the Red Devils right back now, 3-all.
Well, we were talking about, Daigle took the penalty, the hook on the way in there to try and hold everybody up. It still was a smart penalty, but right now it's going to look kind of costly.
So now the Red Devils are on the power play. They'll be on that for 1:35. Haas will leave it on for the speedster Morris. He's got wheels. Gosh, he's quick. Goes to the net. Gives it up high for Tappan. Gives it back to Morris. Fires a bouncing puck over to Tappan though, so they will have to regroup. Tappan finds Noah Moncrief. Backhand pass over to Haast. Noah Moncrief comes and tidies up. Haast with it. Tappan. Little backhand pass over to Morris. Tappan gets it back. Haast maybe looking for a hat trick. Tappan with a shot. Well blocked there from Hart. Haast with a shot. Looks like it might have hit traffic in front. As Morris will have it behind the net. 27 seconds remaining on the power play for the Devils. Tappan to Morris. Need to get a couple of shots off here, the Devils, before time expires. Morris with a shot deflected off Max Vespa.
10 seconds to go, so that's going to clear it as Morris has it at neutral.
A pretty decent penalty kill there for the Admirals. As Tappan just fans on that, but does get the pass off to Rees. He's rubbed out on the boards there by Mawson. Morris with a shot to redirect in front there from Noah Moncrief.
That's a great save by Chaba there. And choosing to stop it there, that was also just as important as there's traffic coming in. The Admirals did a fantastic job on that penalty kill. They went to a 1-2-1 diamond, and it really confused the Red Devils. They didn't know how to attack it. And if that happens again, you can expect that they'll go right back to it.
Daigle unable to clear as Lowe will put that one in. Theo Cope giving chase. But Daigle backhands that one up the boards. Puck does come out of the zone. Henry did try to find Zajac. Taylor Kennedy tracking back. No real pressure on the Admirals at the moment. Henry. Daigle will gain the zone here for the Admirals. Tries to get a shot off. Still with it as Daig. Left on behind, but no one really knew that the pass was coming as Thomas Moncrief bangs that one off the glass.
And that did hit glass before it went out of play.
Definitely.
You could hear it. I'm still confused, though. The Admirals coming in with 4 players on that blue line on the left side. They have to have some reason for doing this because their spacing at some points in here I would be really upset with generally, but they don't look like they're doing it by accident. There's a purpose behind it. I'm still just not sure what it is.
It's probably because they've got the likes of Alex Regan out there on that
right side?
On the left wing.
On the left wing, okay.
Tappan will give that one over to Maishanok. Puts it in. Took a weird carom off the boards. As Zajac, he'll gain the zone. Oh, almost found a centering pass there to Henry. McLeish fires something in. And Rees will get that one out of the zone there for the Admirals. Alex Regan tracking back really nicely. Hits the stick right out of
Paik. Yeah, Paik's stick went flying on that one, and he didn't get it back. So he'll probably sit on the bench for a little while until you get a play stoppage.
Regan giving chase. He'll be there first. Up high for Hayward Jones. Rooney tried to find a wild Pigley in the slot. Hayward Jones gets a shot off. Reason had to make 2 saves. And ball will clear the zone. Flynn Hayward Jones was nice to wait there. Gets a quick shot off as well. Follows in for a rebound. But Maestronach coming in to tidy up.
That's the 4th pass. Maestronach's just played blindly and has not gone out of the zone this game. He's got to become a lot more aware because he's getting to pucks as a defender. He's getting a chance to clear them, but he's missing that that outlet pass or to get it over the blue line, and it's come back to haunt them a couple of times already.
So face off in the attacking zone for the Admirals. Nicely won from Vespa. Daigle with a shot.
High and right there.
Net. Shot there from Taylor Kennedy. Hit some skates on the way. As Kaluzhny and Vespa get tangled up. Morris trying to find Rees. He didn't control that. As Taylor Kennedy bats it up. Still in the zone though. Pass left off for there. Morris couldn't get a shot.
That was close to greatness. It was just a couple of bounces over sticks. It was almost there. But again, that's that chemistry that's still forming.
10 seconds to go in the second period. All tied at 3-3. Here's Vespa. Try to find Hart in the middle, but hit the skate. Hart deserved better. That was a great little pass for him just to give and go. He should have got that puck back, but didn't in this case. 3-3. Yep. Shots are 26-24 in favor of the Admirals there, Matt. Definitely a more physical period, that one. More intensity as well. If they can keep doing that, I think we're in for a really good third period.
This has been an entertaining game all the way through. And again, you just kind of see the cracks and changes that the teams are making, and they're the things that end up developing into goals or opportunities. And these two teams are very evenly matched, to be fair. They feel like they're just kind of sitting in the middle of the ring punching each other, but nobody's really had the chance to go after it. Now, it was a 2-goal lead, but the Red Devils came back with 2 of them. Third period is going to be just absolutely entertaining. I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome.
Do you think any teams would maybe, I don't know, park the bus a little bit more, maybe try play a little bit more defensive in this third period? Because it is close, and it's probably only going to be 1 goal in it in the end. Would you start playing a bit more defensively, or kind of just keep doing what they're doing?
Well, there's a very fine line between parking the bus and being on the counterattack.
Yeah.
And I could see the Red Devils playing a lot of counterattack. That is what they're very good at. And I think the Admirals probably don't want to go there. They probably want to continue with their steady offensive choices, especially with Daigle quarterbacking the whole thing. Their puck control is good. They should continue to reach for the standard chances because they have enough time and they have enough opportunity. They can get some more by reason. They'll have a chance. Only if they don't give up the counter-attacking opportunities, which also makes it a little bit more tense and a little more difficult for them to execute on the offense. So It's just 2 even teams, and you just don't know which way it's going to go.
Definitely could go anyway here this evening. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the final 20 minutes of action.
We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this NZIHL action between the Canterbury Red Devils and the West Auckland Admirals. I'm Bryce Rouse, alongside me, Matt Chavez. We've got a 3-all game. It's looking like it's going to heat up this period.
Oh, it's been a good game. I've really enjoyed this one. It's been tight the whole way through. But, I mean, Bryce, we've got to address some of the issues in the chat. There's a couple of things in there we got to clear up.
Yeah, I did see one person say, is it legal to wear Wallabies colours in New Zealand? And I can answer that it is illegal.
Masters. So like I said before, in case you weren't here at the very beginning, and I can understand that, I decided to be neutral today, and it's the Masters weekend, so I thought, okay, well, I'll throw that on and wear green so I don't look either red or blue today. And that was the least, well, it was the last thing on my mind was, oh, yeah, he's going to say he looks like a wallaby. Or Australia. Like, no, that is not it. Okay, so, and then the other question was about attendance. That's a great question. Most rinks, we're looking about 400 or 500. Today probably looks like about a 400 plus here at Paradise, and that's typical in Christchurch as well. Just the size of the rinks and everything. You don't really see it too much on the broadcast because in this case, they're on the camera side. In Christchurch, you see it. It's very obvious because most everybody's down there. We've had over 1,000, but most of them are about 400 or 500. So that's a great question. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's just the chat on YouTube that people are asking a couple of questions. So a good chance to do that, but between periods. But we're going to get started with this third period, and I want to watch this.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it will end in a goodie. Taylor Kennedy receives a good hit there from Rees.
And that puck went out just a little bit, so that's why the Admirals left it.
Passed on the near side, try to find Rees, who's gaining into the zone. Taylor Kennedy will bang that one in down to the left. Maishnot giving chase. Zajaczyk's going to win the race. Played up to Daigle, does nice to get away. Try to get a shot off, but hit the leg pad of Morris. There's Morris now. Plays it up the boards. Rees will put that one in. Morris giving chase. Daigle bangs it around for Henry. Into the middle to Zajaczyk, gives it to Regan. Once again entering that left. Played up the boards, Flynn Hayward-Jones. Right into the skate of Tappan. He's going to clear the zone. There's Haas one-on-one with Mawson. He's got Dodwell chasing. Tried to find Maishnot, but that pass is just a little bit too ahead of him. Now Hopkins now. Jobber plays that one off the stick. Hart's pass only finds Eli Pake for the Red Devils. Mawson plays that one over to Hayward-Jones. Nicely picked off there by Thomas Moncrief. But Hart's going to gain the zone here for the Admirals. Hopkins momentarily lost his footing. A little bit of a slower start here this period than the previous one. Both teams probably not to look to make mistakes as Vesper got a shot off but went high glove side. Now Chernitz in low for Hart. And tried to find someone in the slot. Only went up high to McLeish. Can't get it out of the zone. Other Red Devils, sloppy play. There's two guys hit the deck. Looks like Hart tripped over and then Thomas Moncrief tripped over him.
Yeah, a messy start here to this third period. It looked nothing like the second period. Lots of changes so far, no stoppages.
Shot there from Rooney, but that's an easy save for a reason all day of the week and on a Sunday.
I had to say that because that is your first stoppage of the third period after 2:45 of direct play and several line changes. Both teams just not getting any kind of sustained impact out of any possession thus far. A couple of shots, that's it. And it's been messy.
It has. Shot there from the point by Taylor Kennedy, nicely blocked by Mushnock. Here's Regan. Luke Tappan had to come in and tidy up.
Penalty coming up
on
here.
The play. Yeah, looks like it might be Tappan for hooking. Or high stick.
That's interesting. We have that on replay. That I'd like to see that one again here.
Yeah, looks like he got him. Yeah.
It was behind, and he didn't even know he did it, but that is why he's in the box. And that's going to be a delay warning for the Red Devils there, as they had 5 on the ice for a moment. That's corrected, and it is power play time for the Admirals.
Shot there, missed the net. Regan can't quite keep that one in the zone.
Who's this power play brought to us by?
This power play is brought to us by Print Plus. It is the Print Plus power play for the Admirals.
Well, Vesper doing a good job bringing that in, and they start up with a kind of a deep dump and chase and a rotation here.
And a high shot. Scores. Zajac from up high. Goes high, glove side on Reason, and that will give Admirals a 4-3 advantage.
You know, for a power play goal, this is not the one I was expecting to see. It goes out high, and everybody just kind of waiting for that to walk in, and the shot comes in and beats Reason high. So it's going to be 4-3 to the Admirals. And by no surprise for me, Bryce, that the goal was given up with a man down.
It was. Yeah, that's 3 power play goals here this evening for the Admirals. So the penalty box is absolutely hurting the Red Devils here tonight. Only 1 goal in it, though. And they do look pretty good when they are on the attack, so this game is definitely far from over.
Well, at least 16 minutes to go, so plenty of time to play, that's for sure. But the Admirals, again, they're just not getting a chance to... they get the puck a little bit low, then they try to get a pass, but as it 5-on-5, oh, there's a chance though. High shot.
Just been high though. Quigley found himself in a good opportunity there, Matt.
Yep. It just feels like, once again, with Regan on that left side or whoever's out there, they've been doing a lot of the overload, and it hasn't paid off yet. High shot there by Mawson, and glove save. That overload on that side hasn't paid off, but the funny part is that it's the power play has been there for them, and not only kept them in the game, but they're in the lead because of it. 4-3.
And the West Auckland Admirals would just like to thank all Plumbed In Limited, who are returning as a gold sponsor for the Admirals for a 2nd season, and also their main sponsor, Pure NZ. Also, you can join the team after this game at What a Barbecue for some delicious food and drink just up the road on 34A Portage Road, New Lynn. It is called What a Barbecue Smokehouse, and it is the Admirals post-game restaurant of choice.
Bryce, you going?
I will not be tonight this evening.
You sure? I was just hoping.
Are you going to go?
I am going to go, but no autographs.
I'll come then.
All right, thank you. That's good. No, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Shot there from the point, and Brown hits traffic in the way. He's hard. He's got Chernitz with him. Chernitz shoots. Save made by Reason.
Hart doing a great job setting up Chernitz, but as he skated away, Reason was in a perfect position. They really needed that third guy coming up the right side. If they did, they had themselves a 5th goal.
Speaking about autographs, Matt.
Uh-oh.
Feel free to stick around after the game and you'll get to meet some of the Admirals players. There will be photo and autograph opportunities on your way out of the building. So definitely one for the kids to stick around and meet their idols.
Yeah, that'd be good for the kids. I don't know if anybody caught that there, but the line change was very slow. And again, as we go into the IIHF tournaments coming up here for the men, it'll be interesting because that's not the kind of face-off they're going to see. That puck is going to get dropped. And, yeah, advantage at Admirals on that one. Good save there by Reason as he jumps in front, and glove save.
Yeah, easy save there for Reason.
It's been a kind of a stop-start last minute since the goal, excuse me. And because of it, I think everybody's just trying to catch their feet and see how this is going to play out. But the Admirals are they're looking pretty good right now as far as control of the puck.
Yeah, Daniel Reason actually just had his 40th birthday in March just gone, and he's looking like he's probably still in his 20s out there. As ball gets dispossessed. Sestroni source a pass into the middle for Moses, couldn't cleanly catch it. Brown will play it up to Ball. He gets a stick on that, so icing will be waved. Mason Kennedy plays that for McLeish. He doesn't control it. If they do get out of the zone. Luke Tappan giving chase. He's got Henry hot on his heels. Played up the boards to Paik. He just fires it into neutral ice.
Yeah, the good thing for Paik there, it was a bad pass forward, but at least it crossed out of the zone, giving them a chance to clear up and get some different players on the ice. So good and bad, but the 16-year-old playing well so far.
Is Eli Paik 16?
Yes, he is.
Wow. Here goes Regan. Cuts in the middle, shoots, and Reason didn't make the save. I'm not sure he saw that coming, though, but had the body in front. I think the Red Devils have only had about one shot so far this period. They definitely need to get some more scoring opportunities because it's all Admirals at the moment.
They're having a tough time breaking out of their back third right now, and the Admirals are taking advantage of it. Boy, that was a missed play on the heel of the glove, but it worked out nicely to Dima Meisternock, and that pass forward hit Morris in the shoulder.
Now Haast, one of the danger men here. He takes a tumble, loses his feet. Meisternock does well to keep that in. David Jones going to go for a skate, but he's harassed there from Morris. Nice work there from Remy Morris, the speedster.
Now that's a really rough giveaway, never clearing the zone. The Red Devils that's a bad move.
Yeah, Vespa did well. Try to go for a wraparound attempt as well. Looks like there was a little bit of an open gap for him to tuck it home, but just didn't get it to come backwards for him. Hart's going to have it on the far side. They'll dump that one in. Chernit's giving chase. Here's going to be their first, beats Kaluzhny. Chernitz plays it up for Daig. Daig with a shot off the stick of Thomas Moncrief. Might be my new favourite player, Thomas Moncrief. A couple of Swarm players are in the building as well, getting a little bit of look on this action. Here's Brown. Brown just roofs it. Golden opportunity there for Brown as he beat two defensemen and then just put it too high.
Did he wedge that one, or did it get deflected?
He definitely wedged that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Admirals doing a good job of kind of pursuing the puck, or swarming the puck, as we might say. Apologies. But the jumping into the corner and triple teaming it really paid off for them. And here's another situation where... Yep. Okay, I'll just leave that one alone. Meisternock with a low shot.
Yeah, nice face-off win there for Morris. Wasn't winning them at the start of the game, but looks like he's getting all of them now. Meisternock's going to have to track back. Icing is called, so we will get a defensive face-off in the Admirals' defensive zone.
That was a heavy shot right off the base of the board. It just took a funny bounce and went all the way down. Top line out for the Devils here. They're going to be trying to even things up quickly on this face-off. This will go Morris back to Meisternock. Haas will get it, and then they'll pass it around. Watch.
Maybe set up Tappan for a one-timer. Morris went right through the face-off dot there. Does well to maintain possession.
Oh, that was a great play, knocking that off. That was...
Daigle there.
Daig, yeah.
Here goes Henry on the far side. Takes around the back of the net, trying to look for a centering pass. Reason had to jump on that as that was lurking right along the goal line there for a second.
It was. He had his toe blade. It looked a little bit tucked in there, so that puck got very close. Taylor Kennedy with the theft on the other side. He actually poked it away at first. But a good save there by Reason. He's in the right spot, and it stayed out.
Tappan will play that one up. Seamus Gallagher out there now for the Red Devils. Look like they've got their fourth line. I think that's the first shift here tonight for Gallagher. Maybe trying to mix things up a little bit, the Red Devils, or try to give that top two lines a well-needed rest. They've been played a lot here tonight.
Yeah, this is a possession shift and a chance for everybody to strategize over there for a quick moment while the Devils keep the one of the better lines for the Admirals at bay for a moment. And here comes some of the changes.
Mason Kennedy looking for some options. He'll just elect to skate that one out of the zone. Backhand pass over to Rooney. Rooney with a shot. Hit traffic in front. Nice battle between Rooney. Looks like there's a penalty on the play. Looks like Maishnok's going to be going to the box here. This looks like he cross-checked Rooney in the face. Mason Kennedy in the corner. 6 attackers out there for the Admirals at the moment. Into the slot. They finally touch it up.
Let's see if we got that.
Whistle. Yeah, just a little bit of a hustle-bustle between Rooney and Maishnok. Rooney did give him a slight push here, so clean check there from both guys, and then that extracurricular activity at the end is going to put him in the box for a couple of minutes. So the Admirals now with a chance to get their 4th power play goal of the evening. The Devils, if they don't win this one tonight, they are going to need to talk about these penalties this evening, because they are hurting them here this evening.
Yeah, it's not the penalties themselves. It's just the inability to close out a penalty kill so far. I mean, you're going to have penalties, but it's what you do with them here.
Yeah, they can be pretty tough to fight off when you got, a man down. And the Admirals do get that top line out there. Another shot in the lane from Vespa, who just put it over the net. A couple of looks there for the Admirals as...
It's interesting, they've gone to more of a 1-3-1, trying to pass through the slot rather than stay on the outside and walk it in.
Mawson will give that to Zajac. Daigle up high.
And then you have Vesper in the slot going low now.
Regan with a shot. Redirect. They score! It'll be Max Vesper getting the last touch. Great pass there from Regan. Reason probably thought he was going to go for the shot, but just put it into that low slot. And now it's 5-3 Admirals. And they'll be looking to close this game out now.
Yeah, that's just a... unfortunately, they shifted the way that they were playing that. They took the middle player, which in this case was Vesper, and pushed him low, looking for a pass. And Reason's got no chance there. 5-3 the score for the Admirals. Their 4th power play goal of the evening.
Good chant here in the building from the Admirals fans as Lowe took a double hit there. Ball was trying to find Haast. Only, I think, 2 shots this period for the Red Devils in over 10 minutes. Definitely not good enough, as they've got a 2-goal deficit to try overcome. Haast going to work. Shot there from the point, redirect. It was Lowe trying to get a rebound opportunity. Red Devils definitely looking a little bit better now at the moment.
Great play by Haast. He gave up the puck, but he prevented a breakaway goal there, or breakaway opportunity. Very heady play.
Here's Lowe, leaves it on for Haast. Haast gets a shot off.
And a goal!
Fabian Haast brings it back to a 1-goal deficit.
Haast getting the puck and just holding it, waiting. And when he gets to the other side of Kirkomagos, he does not miss.
Yeah, great little drop pass there from Lowe.
Wait, now take it. And he found the spot and buried it. 5-4 the score with 8.5 minutes to go. The Red Devils cutting it in half again.
Definitely what the doctor ordered for the Red Devils. Hopefully they can find a little bit of energy from that goal and try to get another one, obviously.
Right off the face-off, too. That came right at Chaba quickly.
Momentum didn't shift in a split second in the game of hockey, Matt.
Oh, this has been interesting, because just when you think somebody's got it sussed, it turns right around on them. That's the best kind of game you can get.
Shot there.
Big shot.
Chubba had to make the save. Ripper there from Morris. Not the biggest guy out there, but definitely got a good shot on him. One there from Quigley. Glove save had to be made. Ben Stephen trying to go to work behind the net. Brown dispossesses him and clears that one all the way, so that will be icing.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was really missing on that, Morris had to hit a spinning puck for that slap shot, and he couldn't get everything on it. And that still was pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
But Chaba was right up for it. But we're that close. It's that narrow of a margin.
Red Devils are going to clear. Here comes Morris.
3-on-2 here.
He's going to get an interference on Mason Kennedy, absolutely. And they touch up, so the Red Devils will go on the power play here now. And the Admirals are going to be on the Morrison's Funerals penalty kill, as Mason Kennedy's going to go to the box for 2 minutes for interference.
Yeah, I'll give, as penalties go, that's a pretty good one to take. Mason Kennedy not in position, gets the interference call, but prevents a breakaway by the leading scorer for the Red Devils. If you're going to take a penalty, that's the way to do it.
Nicely won by Morris. Tappan gives it to Morris. Haas is on that far side. And if they'll try to get it up to him at some stage. Zajaic's going to get that one out of the zone, so they're going to have to track back. Here comes Haast. Finds Tappan. And that was Fabian Haast's actually his third goal of the evening as well. So gets his first goal.
Just want to make sure. Yeah, you want to make sure that it comes up officially, but it was, of course, his goal there. And what a difference this weekend has been for him. No goals last weekend. Oh, and that is a leave pass there that just really
left it on for Stephen. Got to be careful here, the Devils, not to try give away any penalties behind the play. Here's Haast. Does well, gives it over to Morris. Morris with a shot, but hit Daigle. Ben Stephen tries to ring it around. Morris unable to keep that one in for the Devils, so Brown's going to be there first. He's got Rooney hot on his heels, almost comes away with it as Tom McCreef come right through the middle, puts it a little bit too far in front of him and battered down the end by TK.
I think that stays in because it just rode the glass there. I know it hit the net, but it stayed in play.
So ball will set up behind the net. Give it to low. Here's Brown. The rest there from Hayward Jones, and they get the turnover. Admirals doing well on this penalty kill. That's going to see it out as Collusion. He's going to be there in the corner, leaves it on for Bull.
Excellent kill for the Admirals here.
Brown will play on the near side for Collusion, but pass goes only to Mawson, as that's going to be just offside. Mawson wanted the pass there from Hart.
Yeah, not every pass is going to connect in the neutral zone. It just isn't going to. But the Admirals have been doing a decent job of being in the right place at the right time, and it's paid off a couple of times here in the last few minutes, as the Red Devils just can't get their offense started. Even in a power play situation, they haven't, and that bodes well for the Admirals to ride this one out. Now, you were talking about parking the bus. Let's see if they do exactly that.
Well, it looks like the Admirals will probably still keep going at it. It's just kind of their style.
Yep.
Here comes Pake. Passes it to Rees. Rees gets a shot off and crashes into Chuba.
Wow.
That was a heavy collision. He went in crashing with a bit of speed. I'm not sure if he got a little push in the back or not.
Oh, he was definitely...
We'll have to see, because if he didn't get pushed, that will be a penalty against him.
And you'll see it right there. He gets dumped right into Chaba there, and that's a that should not be a penalty, but Chaba not looking so hot at the moment. The trainer coming out to take a look at him. The net came off, and all 5 Red Devils heading over to their bench for a moment. They'll just figure out how he's doing and whether he can continue. So far, he's up on his knees. He seems like he just kind of took a little bit into the calf there.
He's a pretty strong guy, Chubba.
Oh, yeah. But that's the momentary break. And you see how Reese gets thrown in. He's trying to just guard himself, and he's actually quite lucky he did not hit the crossbar with his head as he went in. Or maybe he did, and I can't tell. But either way, he does seem to have come off okay as he's back on the bench. But they just, yeah, Chaba just really stretching out.
They do have Jaden Pert, the backup, ready to go if needed.
Yep.
Jaden Pert was actually my goaltender in the summer season
There you go.
this year.
How'd you guys do?
We won the BHL Cup.
Did you? Well done.
Indeed. It's quite a grind, I've got to admit.
Yeah, you were saying something about like the amount of games you play. That's pretty amazing. Well, there's Chaba, throws his hair back. He says he is okay. It looks like the trainer's happy and walking off the ice. So in just a moment, we'll get back underway here. So how many games did you play in that beer league?
It was 25 all up this season.
25?
I think it was 16 regular season, and then...
It's a lot of playoffs.
It is. And then 12 playoff games, I believe. No.
9.
No, we played 12 playoff games. I can't remember how many regular
That's a lot of...
season,
if you can't remember, that's a lot of games.
Yeah, it was.
There you go. Well, Chaba just taking a moment here. He's going to get looks like a bit of a spray. I bet that feels good. But yeah, it looks like he kind of took some sort of a hit on the back of the right leg there. Or as they call it in the NHL, a lower body injury. Anyway, I got Josh laughing. That was the important part. Anyway, face-off coming outside of the zone here. And Morris wins that, goes to Hopkins, and he's going to dump and chase for the Red Devils here, but it's Taylor Kennedy getting the puck.
Ball's given chase on him, trying to win it back. Puck cleared out of the zone nicely there by Zajac. Hopkins is going to have to track back. He's got Regan on him. Regan's going to come away, try to find a pass to the slot where Henry was waiting. Henry's going to get in there and start helping. Henry still with it. Finds Daigle. Daigle shoots in a big blocker, saved by Reason. Did extremely well there to get over.
Dake jumped that line. Watch him take the IQ here and the smart play and walk this up. Morris lost him, and that shot comes in and hits the post and goes out. That's a high IQ play by Daigle. And yeah, Morris, that's the first time I've seen him get caught looking on something like that. But he's looking for the outlet there, of course.
Shot there at the point by TK was blocked by Thomas Moncrief. Here's Zajac. Thinks about ripping one, finally does, off the glass.
That's where that other goal came in over the Reason's right shoulder. It was just 2 inches over the crossbar.
Red Devils definitely finishing off their hits here this period. McLeish does well to keep that one in the zone. Zajac finds Chernitz down low. He'll cut into the middle, looking for some options. Gives it over to Mason Kennedy off the boards. He tries to fire one, but hits Kaluzhny in deep his heart. Unable to, pretty poor, trying to get the puck out of the zone a few times here this evening for the Red Devils. Definitely need to do that a little bit better.
The two-man forecheck of the Admirals has worked wonders for them this afternoon.
McLeish will just bat that one, doesn't get a touch. Hart is going to win the race and crash into Reason. That definitely looked like a bit of it was on purpose. And
that is
Thomas
going to start
going to jump him.
That was intentional, and that was an intended payback that didn't need to happen. And Thomas Moncrief isn't going to stand for that. That's not his style. But but that's going to probably end his weekend the way we're going here. We'll see. But Vesper, I don't know if it was Vesper that made contact, but Moncrief is just tired of it. And we'll see how that goes. So
at least like Vesper just also threw Moncrief's helmet on the ice quite hard then.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Thomas Moncrief's gives a bow to the crowd.
And they both go. Here it is. Moncrief with the takedown there. And he didn't have his gloves off or anything, but that's definitely going to be a roughing call.
Oh, if you're Thomas Moncrief, you're doing that every day of the week.
Yeah, exactly. No problem there. I don't know if it's going to be 4-on-4. I don't think it is, but it's Hart that went off for the Admirals. And, yeah, I don't...
Yeah, I think Vespa might be going into the box as well. He will be.
Yes, I think that's... You have both...
It should be a 5-on-4.
Yeah, 5-on-4 would be the normal thing here.
Yeah,
but
power play for the Red Devils it should be.
It's the assistant captains discussing captains and assistants. But the when it comes down to it, you're going to have Moncrief and the other roughing, which I think was Hart, as you can't let that go. But the contact against the goalie, what that's going to be called is going to be very important for the rest of this game.
Yeah, it could it be a 5-minute major? No.
Well, it could. It just won't be 5 minutes. It's going, but even a major, even that falls into overtime. You know, so there's a lot of you know, depending on what this call actually ends up being, it will play a very big part of the end of this game, because there's only 3.5 minutes to go, and with that much time, if you take somebody off for the entirety of it, that's going to pose a big problem for the Admirals, but it also requires the Red Devils to put something together and actually get the puck behind Chaba, which is not a given.
And the best thing, if you've enjoyed the action this evening, we do have game 2 of the weekend tomorrow, which will be an absolute barn burner as well. Doors will open at 4:50 p.m, so definitely get down to Paradise Avondale if you want to catch some NZIHL action in person.
Yeah, if you're a West Auckland or just an ice hockey fan, there is absolutely no reason to miss tomorrow, because regardless of where these guys are in the standings, this has been high quality, good ice hockey today. You're getting your money's worth here. This has been very enjoyable. I'm glad I had the chance to come up and call this with you, Bryce. This has been good.
You'll be with Dr. J tomorrow.
Oh, so I hear. So 10-minute misconduct going against somebody here. That was just displayed. We'll see how this... Somebody's going off for 10. That much I saw.
I would say that's probably Andy Hart, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a 2 and 10 is probably going to be the difference between the... so you probably have Moncrief and Vesper going for 5 minutes for roughing, and they'll be okay. They'll be allowed to come back in. Hart, if he had the 2 and 10, which is what I think happened, that's he'll be done for the afternoon. But he is in the box. And we're still waiting to see what's on the scoreboard. We're all trying to figure out who's doing what. But we definitely have 5 Red Devils, and we definitely have 4 Admirals. It's going to come outside of the zone because
5 Admirals.
I'm sorry, it is 5 Admirals. I'm now confused.
Yeah, I thought it would have been just that penalty against Hart, and then Vespa and Moncrief just for roughing.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly confused because it's 5-on-5. There's no time on the board either way, so it's an even activity. All of that, even though there's 1 Red Devil and 2 Admirals in the box at the moment. So really, honestly, we just have to take a look at the score sheet afterwards and find out what happened, because we don't have a direct line up here. But we keep playing.
That we do. Here's Haast. Gives it over to Hopkins. Hopkins shoots just wide.
I was so excited there. I'll tell you why in a minute. But that might have been the best chance of his career there.
Here's Taylor Kennedy. His shot came off the stick. Haast. He'll gain the zone. He's got Morris with him. Haast will get it back for Morris. Centering pass to Luke Tappan. He tries to get something on net as he had to turn around and backhand that. Pass to Haas on the near side. Hopkins over to Tappan. He'll backhand that one up. Icing is waved off.
Yep.
So Mawson from behind his net. Leaves it for Daig. Daig will play that one off the boards, only straight to Ball. But Regan comes and steals that one off him. Pretty much pass that to Kaluzhny, who didn't control that the first time. Here's Paik, the 16-year-old, who played it up the boards to Ball. Schernitz is going to have it, gives it over to Ben Steven.
That's going to be a trip.
Yep. Looks like Sean Brown, 2 minutes. So that will be the Devils in the box until third period time expires. Didn't really look like there was too much on the trip, but nonetheless, refs have
here's
called it.
Hopkins. That was going to be so. Anyway, Josh had it here on the instant replay. Just one quick story. Hopkins has played 120 games in the NZIHL. He has 0 goals and 4 assists in his career, averaging 0.03 points a game. And he almost had his first career goal there, and we were all just rooting for him because we want him to get it in the net just once, just because. So that's why I got really excited, because it looked like he almost had that there.
Here's Haast. Who's on for Morris. Morris
off the
noggin
mask
of Chubba. That was so almost in. Admirals just need to hold off now for 1:17. They are on the man advantage as well. Just need to get the puck in deep and try slow time down. Morris will find Haas, though, through the middle.
The Red Devils have a small advantage in the fact that they can dump and chase from any point on the ice because there is no icing for them right now.
Haas will gain the zone, gives it to Rees. Rees will shoot. Bad save.
No shot's a bad shot for the Red Devils right now with less than a minute to go.
Zajac will get that one out of the zone. Here goes Daig, one-on-one with Tappan. Nice work there from Tappan, just to disrupt his play. 35 remaining, final period.
The Admirals,
only 1 goal in it.
Yeah, the Admirals need to just sit on this puck. They really, like, the Red Devils are looking around, but there's no need for anybody to score. The Admirals just have to sit this one out.
And a shot there from Daig, that missed the net. Mawson behind the net now. He knows how to slow time down pretty well.
Now with about 10 seconds to go, the Red Devils, they don't have a choice. They can't force this puck out, and they're going to lose on the penalty kill. Somewhat appropriate.
We'll do it here for game 1. The West Auckland Admirals taking a 5-4 win. 4 of those goals coming from the power play. A couple of penalties towards the end, but the Admirals get the job done in front of their home crowd here this evening. A pretty good physical end-to-end game, Matt.
It was. I don't think going into a game like this you expect that the turning point is going to be special teams being so different between the two teams. And even that last penalty by Brown takes that one and you know, it's marginal, to be fair.
It is.
It was marginal,
yeah.
But that kind of took away that last chance that they had to even it up. That last goal, that last shot that went off Chaba's mask, just that close. I mean, that's the kind of margins we were talking about today. The home team gets the win. The good guys get to go home happy or go to barbecue or whatever you were saying they're going to do. So there it is. And the Red Devils are going to have a lot to think about because they played well enough.
They did play pretty well.
They played well enough that they could have won with no problem outside of their penalty kill. Their penalty kill was atrocious tonight.
It was.
But everything else started to come together for them, and they have a lot of potential. But if they can't kill a 5-on-4, there's just the rest of it doesn't matter. So it'll be interesting tomorrow to see if that evolves. Same thing with the Admirals. They have an interesting way of just kind of overloading the left side and coming in, trying to kind of swarm around the puck. I hate using that because of the swarm, but they want to just jump in and get control of a puck and then work from that spot, like work from the left corner outward. And it was working for them a good portion of the time. That and the 1-3-1 that they had where they push in on that middle guy with the power play. I mean, that worked really well, obviously, and that was the difference in the game today.
Yeah, the Admirals power play definitely worked, and obviously the Red Devils need to make amends this evening and have a chat to try work some things out to see, how can they improve that penalty kill. We are going to have the Dale Harrap Memorial Cup handed out to the winning team here this evening. And one of Dale's longtime friends, Rick Parry, he will present the cup. So the captain, Justin Daigle, will
Congratulations to the NZIHL West Auckland Admirals, this year's winners of the Dale Harrap Foundation Cup.
And the appropriate picture taking and everybody lined up. That's really a good thing to see, and it's a good tradition to start here.
Yeah, absolutely. A much-loved member of both these clubs was Dale Harrap. As Daigle will take that one down the line for everyone in the team.
Yeah, they're allowed to touch that one. They don't have to worry about it. That one's no superstitions there.
No, definitely not.
That's a good one to win.
It's a pretty hard-fought win for the Admirals. You'd say they definitely deserve that. There were times where they were just absolutely over-pressuring the Red Devils, but the Red Devils, they're definitely deadly when they're going forward with the likes of Remy Morris, Fabian Haast, a couple of other guys there. They can definitely come back tomorrow and win the game convincingly.
It could happen that way, and very easily could go the other way, but it has a lot to do with the Haast-Morris connection today reversed itself, and it showed that it can work both directions. If they can apply that to more opportunities tomorrow, then they'll be able to generate more offense. The more chances that they get where they can get between defenders with some pace, they're very accurate and very dangerous. The problem is where we have the inability to get out of the back third defensively and other lines generating chances, whereas you look at the Admirals, they're generating chances on all their lines. Yeah. They're always generating chances. Now, the quality of those chances is sometimes not as high because they're really generally not getting a lot of speed, but they're very accurate when they get them, and they do a good job of just pressuring the puck. So again, it's just two very different styles, and if those styles clash, that's what makes the most interesting hockey games that there are, especially when they're even like this. So I really enjoy this one.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this one here this evening. End-to-end action, good physical, maybe a little bit too many penalties for the Red Devils. Definitely got to work on that tomorrow, because it did hurt them tonight. 4 penalty kill goals against them. It's definitely got to be better, and breaking out of the zone definitely has to be.
That has to improve.
That has to improve a little bit as well. So the Admirals do get their first win of the season here tonight.